Hey guys, it's Andrew from Stockmoney Lizards. Hope you're doing well today. I'll start by just letting you guys know that today we're going to be releasing our 5th newsletter. We have some cool stuff to show you in this week's release. So if you haven't yet gotten on our newsletter subscription, I suggest you give us a go. I want to say thank you to someone who purchased a Bitcoin light last stream. You were the first one. Really happy. It's on the way. If anyone else wants a neon light or a Bitcoin light, just get yourself down to neonbay.co and we'll sort you out. All right, guys. So I'm just going to jump in quickly today for the on-chain analysis. Last time we discussed, we were at 58.60, 62, and now this recent pullback has taken us down on the fear and greed index to 52. It's a healthy position, nothing to be worried about. Cool. So I just want to basically touch on a trend that has been in play since May 2017. When we were at the 1,400 euro, I'm looking at the euro chart, and we are in this upward trend, as you can see, where we pierced once at the high, we met it twice over here, and over here almost pushed towards it, but we didn't quite get to it. We then have a significant touch over here, which was the low of the bear market of 2018, 2019. We then had the panic of COVID crash, and then we took since 2020 to 2022 and came back down in a similar fashion how we overextended in 2017. So what happened was, as you can see, it broke through, we fell back down, pushed up, and now we're sort of in this area of about 25k or 27k USD, something like that. So I'm showing you this today to basically show you that nothing is really happening out of the ordinary. We're still, I think, in a good time, keep on loading up. And if you zoom out and you look at a trend that has been holding since 2017, and today we're 2023, so that's quite a long time, 6 years. You can possibly say that this region over here of 21, 23, 24k will be held, and we could get a nice bounce off this area over here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna dive into the hourly. All these numbers here that you're seeing, these are the Tom DeMark indicators. A 9 signals a potential exhaustion in momentum, and what normally happens is when you hit a 9, you could possibly go sideways. You go down and you hit a 9, you could possibly come upwards, and it's just an indicator to help us identify momentum. So we hit this on the hourly, momentum was pretty slow, and now we dropped down and we hit a 9 here, momentum kept on going down, and we just hit another 9, and possibly we could be seeing some upward movement on the hourly. I don't really look at the hourly too much because I don't scalp trade or trade daily, but for those that do, then you might be in for a nice treat over the next few hours. So if you just look at this 9 over here, you consolidated a bit. Now we're looking at the 4-hour time frame. If you look at this 9 here, we came back down, and now we hit this 9 and we consolidated, and now we're hitting this 9. So I expect on the 4-hour and the 1 hour, because they're sort of linked up on time span, to maybe give us an increase to somewhere in this region over here, and then maybe continue the pullback towards the downside, or continue pushing up to these highs of 27k or 30k in USD. So I want to touch briefly on a post a few weeks ago. As you can see over here, this was Google after the 2008 crash. They printed this pattern, which to me looked really similar to what we're doing today, where we broke out of this pattern over here, where we had 1, 2, touches on the support line and 3 touches on the resistance line, a break of 10% roughly, and then a pullback of about 20%, 22%. Okay, so we had the same over here. And now last time I had checked, the price of Bitcoin was somewhere in the 27.6 region, and we anticipated that we might see a pullback and potentially price, if it falls in the same way as Google did, we could get a 22% decrease, which would fall to about 22,400. So if I go back to this, 22,400 puts us right over there, which makes it a good opportunity to potentially get in. And what I really like about this movement to the downside is that, let's assume the price goes down to anywhere in this region over here, and then we get a nice grind up, and then potentially we get a breakout to the upside. What you can assume from this position then is that you have an inverted head and shoulders. This is the head, this is the neckline, this is the left shoulder, this is the right shoulder, and that's a really bullish pattern to propel us forward to hit those 40k regions. On our last video, when we were going up, I said, okay, what if my initial Twitter post was maybe incorrect? And this is how you actually draw that pattern. Then what I expected was a breakout of about 10% to the upside to this level of 30k in euro, and then back down to anywhere between 23-24k. So what seems to be happening though is the pattern is playing out like initially posted on Twitter. We had this structure, and what happened was we tried to break out of it, we didn't really manage, we're breaking down now, and so personally I wouldn't be surprised if we get a pullback at least to this particular area of support or this area of support. We can go as low as 20k, 22k in USD, and I still don't think it's anything to worry about, because there's plenty of buying power in these areas, and once price goes down to this level, I expect it to just sort of take off. More or less, this was just a very brief update today on what's going on with the pullback. I don't think there's too much to worry about. I actually think it's a good opportunity to layer in. If we get a bounce to the upside and we hold this level, then I expect to see more strength moving up to the 30k, 32, 33k USD. Cool, so this was just a small update today. I remind you about our newsletter. Please check it out. We have information to help you keep track of what's going on in the crypto world. And finally, if you want to jazz up your place with a cool light, I suggest you choose a Bitcoin light. But if you have any other options, speak to me and we'll get something done for you. This has been Andrew from Stock Money. Stay safe. Have a good day, guys. Ciao, ciao.